Hello guys, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna be talking about the newest Lawless eyeshadow palette. This is the Dreamy Dozen palette. Can you guess how many shades are in here? So this is actually a neutral palette. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing you haven't seen yet. So why did I get it? Because it looked cool. And I noticed that not a lot of people have been reviewing this. Probably because it's boring, but honestly, sometimes I love a little bit of boring. And if you're interested, or if there's anybody interested in this who looked at the Sephora website and thought, hey, this looks cool, then we're gonna be trying this out. I also want to say I was this close today, to having a panic attack because of life, and then I chose not to, because that's the beauty of having a brain. You can choose not to things. And yeah, so I was having a bad day, and then I figured, you know what, I'm going to treat myself today, and I'm going to be just ignoring all this anxiety and stress and external pressures. So I'm just doing makeup, and makeup helps me disconnect from reality and just have some me time. So if you're watching this video and you're having a rough time, just remember that you can decide to treat yourself. It's fine to be tired for a few days. It's fine not to be your best. It's enough. So anyways, the Dreamy Dozen is cool. How many times have I said that already? It's a cool color story. I mean, this is a warm tones row, then a neutral row, and a cool tone row, which is what makes this very practical according to me for the everyday use. The shimmers, there are 3 shimmers here. This seems to be a bit more reflective than the other. The others are like your standard inner corner shimmer. These aren't going to be extremely glittery or extremely shiny. I would say these are more like satin shimmers. The latest technology for shimmers has moved past this, but they're still useful because not everybody wants to, go to work wearing glitter every day. I don't love warm tones, so I probably be avoiding this row today, but I will see what I can do with the others. I like the fact that these 4 shades are actually really smoky, so you could also do a smoky eyes, like an all matte smoky eyes. I think it's very versatile, and that's why it appealed to me in the first place. Yeah, let's get into this palette. So what do I want to do? Let's start with the most neutral row, because I don't know, I want to do a neutral, standard everyday look, and then smoky. So let's see how this behaves. I'm going to pick up the shade here, this like cream shade, and I'm using this just to set my eyes. I have a little bit of foundation on. This mirror is beautiful, but my camera will just decide to stare at it rather than focus on me, so I'm trying my best not to let that happen. Well, there's nothing to see here, just a traditional cream shade. And this is, I forgot to tell, this is a clean beauty brand. I never tried anything from Lawless. I'm going into this shade here. I don't even know what clean means, because actually nobody really does. So I don't know, but hopefully this lasts, because I was hearing that some clean beauty products don't have like preservatives in them, which makes them cleaner, but at the same time, products need preservatives to be, to last a long time. And as a biologist, so I've done my fair share of chemistry, I can tell you that preservatives aren't bad. They aren't bad in food, they aren't bad in makeup, and they're just, preservatives. It's just like when you put your food in the freezer and the food just is kept well. That's what preservatives are for. I don't know why there's this propaganda against them. I'm not sure if there are a few that are particularly harmful. I have to say, don't follow these type of conversations, but from what I know from my studies, we are being fed a lot of information about a lot of things that are harmful. And if you had to keep track of everything that's harmful these days, I think that you wouldn't be living anymore. So you know, I just ignore that. I keep enjoying my candles, and yeah, I'm still fine, even though I love candles. So this row, it's actually a bit more warm toned than I thought it would be. Like this brown shade here is a bit more orangey than I would have liked, which makes me think, what about the shade above it? Like if this is warm toned, what is this? Well, it seems to be a little bit more yellow. Let's actually see. Let's watch this here. Yeah, it seems to be that the row above is a bit more yellow. Oh, I finished my tissues. So yeah, so far the eyeshadows are applying nicely. They are blending very easily, but I do believe that it's very hard to just have bad quality eyeshadows nowadays. So, and you know, you are paying for this eyeshadow. I can't remember how much this was. I think it was like 40 or something, but you're paying for good quality, so you should have shadows that work. I'm picking up this shade here. I wanna see how it looks my eyes. Okay, so this is a bit more chunky. It's one of these chunky shimmers, and it has a taupe base but with some gold shimmers, which makes it's really nice actually. And not the most glittery sparkly eyeshadow, but I think it looks nice. Honestly, this brown shade could be a little bit deeper. I think like it's not too deep, which makes me think, I don't know how inclusive this is. Let's go do the under eye. And I'm picking up the same shades basically and just placing them below. And here's the first eye. Let me do a quick eyeliner and we'll get to the second eye. Then for the second eye, I will pick up this whiter shade and use it as a base for this as well. It is a bit brighter than the other one I used, so this can be used, you know, as well all over the lid to brighten up the inner corners. Picking up this mauve shade here. It's like a purpley brown, and I'm using this in my crease. There's not a lot to this, right? Not a lot of pigment, maybe. Hello? These were behaving so nicely. Where's the pigment? Give me that purpley brown. I think on camera it looks more pigmented than it is in real life, I can assure you. This is my fourth dip and I'm not even shaking the brush. I think I managed to get some color on here. I had to dip 4 times. You know, this can be a good thing. Not everything is black and white, and I feel like that when people review stuff, they should acknowledge that. For me, my type of person, the way I do my makeup, this is bad. Like, if I had to build this up, it hasn't even reached the pigment I want. But considering this is an everyday makeup, you probably don't want a purple eye. I don't know, there's people who like not having a lot of pigment. I'm not one of them, but there's people that do like that. I picked up this bluish purpley shade. As you can see, there's some dusting happening. And let's see if this is better. You know what this reminds me of? Eyeshadow quality that I would expect from, I don't know, Maybelline or L'Oreal, small palettes that you find at your drugstore. This is giving some shading, but it's not, it's very soft. So since I don't think these shades can really make up strong smoky eyes, I'm just gonna abandon that idea. And I'm going into this satin, like white. Let's see, this all over the lid, if it brightens up a bit. Yeah, so as I mentioned, these shimmers are not the ones we're used to. So I don't know what to say. You see, I am building up this gray and it's showing up, but it will never get to an intensity that I'm happy with. Now, if you like the idea of having a very, very soft, beginner-friendly smoky eye, then you may like this formula. But honestly, for how much I paid this, for 40 something, I think that you could get drugstore palettes that have similar quality or even better quality, which is crazy. Let's finish this with my lower lash line. The thing is, I really like the color of this shade, this mauvey brown. It's such a pity that it doesn't deliver exactly what I want. And I am telling you this from a place where my everyday makeup is basically one soft taupey shade in the crease and a sparkly shimmer. So I should be enjoying this formula because I am liking softer looks. However, I do feel like it's just not delivering what I am being promised by looking at the promo pictures. So these are the finished looks. I think I said enough already. This is my first impression, and I don't think that this will change in the near future. This palette is called the Dreamy Dozen. I really do think that the colors are kind of dreamy. It's basically the Dream Everyday Eyeshadow palette, but I do think that for what you're paying for, you're better off with a drugstore alternative. I just want to confirm here with you here on the Sephora website. So this palette is $40, so I was right. And how do they describe this? A talc-free, clean and ultra-wearable palette with shades from browns to taupes and a row of cool neutrals and warms for ease of application and creativity. There is nothing more looks creamy and also dreamy than a gorgeous neutral color palette. Neutrals will always be a favorite, versatile tones. Buttery browns, sandy nudes, golden tans, minky taupes, and soft creams. The possibilities are endless. This palette will take you from the natural everyday looks to golden summer glam to soft smoky nights and beyond. So they are saying that this is very wearable and for everyday use, and I do agree with that. I also like that they say soft smoky nights, because this high here, this is definitely not a full-blown smoky, it's a soft smoky. So they aren't, fooling you with their description. They're actually telling it how it is. It's an everyday soft palette. Now, that said, I still believe that for $40, just grab something from the drugstore. And I know that this is a clean formula, so there are some people that choose this brand and this palette specifically because it's clean. I'm just telling what I think. I think that there are better options at the drugstore. And this was it for today. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this palette or if you were interested in it. And I will see you in the next one. Please remember to treat yourself and just be easy on yourself, I will see you in the next video. Bye!